Hello, welcome back and welcome in. My name is NickyWheeler. If you're interested in gaming, go subscribe to my other channel and follow my Twitch to see my gaming live. Now, let's start this video. Today, I will be discussing The Weeknd. He's most noted for his songs Blinding Lights, Starboy, and Die For You, all of which are decently good songs. But today, I wanted to take you through his discography so far and give you my opinions on his music through the years. Starting with his first official release, Kiss Land, released in 2013. Some of the tracks I noted were The Town, Love in the Sky, and Wanderlust. Starting with The Town, this song uses the narrative as a metaphor for leaving Toronto to go around the world. The lyrics suggest that the man has been away pursuing his career and making money, but he recalls the time when he and the woman were together and she supported him even when things were difficult. The song is a mix of nostalgia and desire, as the man reflects on his past with the woman and expresses a desire to be with her again. However, there is also a sense of regret and missed opportunities. The lyrics also touch on themes of love, loyalty, and materialism. The man acknowledges that the woman likes diamond rings and suggests that he can provide for her. However, he also seems to value her for more than just what she can provide him with, acknowledging the emotional support she gave him in the past. I think this song truly had one of the most heartfelt lyrics, all things considered. This whole album kind of follows suit with it and opens the door to some sort of vulnerability and love. The next song was Love in the Sky. The track touches on themes of escape, adventure, and the search for love. The song paints a picture of two people finding solace and comfort in each other's company as they seek to escape the constraints of the world around them and explore an unknown, dreamlike realm together. The lyrics of the song suggest that the couple have been through difficult times before and are now seeking to find happiness and fulfillment in each other. They're willing to take a risk and commit to this journey together regardless of the potential consequences. The third verse of the song takes a more introspective tone, with The Weeknd reflecting on his own personal struggles with confidence and self-doubt. The lyrics suggest that he uses drugs and sex to numb his emotional pain, but he is still searching for a deeper connection with someone else. You will actually see that theme circulate in this album, but it is only mainly hinted at. The lyrics are filled with vivid imagery and metaphors that help to create a dreamlike atmosphere and convey the rush of emotions that come with falling in love. This one was a favorite for me for sure. Like I've said in many videos before, imagery is what really lulls me over in music, because if I can imagine myself there or put myself in a situation, I automatically kind of like the song. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but this song works well and it complements itself. The third song I wanted to talk about was Wanderlust. The title gave itself so much hype, and I can say I was a little disappointed, but it was still a good song. This is arguably the most Michael Jackson-esque song on the album. It describes, aside from Abel's own sexual desires, how misconstrued the idea of real love is today. The lyrics call for the listener to take a chance and take a risk, despite any apprehensiveness they may have, and to enjoy the moment because it won't last forever. The chorus repeats the phrase wanderlust, which implies an urge to explore, discover, and experience the world. I think this song got the short end of the stick when talking about it lyrically, but the music was great. It was one of disco with some funk guitar riffs, and his lyrics kind of tongue-in-cheek. Also, I wanted to mention I like the term wanderlust in general because it kind of has that spacey and trippy vibe, which is really good for this title. The music itself on the album as a whole was one of the last times we see some of The Weeknd's early works, as he shifted heavily into the 80s R&B rather than the typical R&B sound. This album had hopped around the disco sounds of the same time period, which I did like, and so did he, as he continued through the rest of his work to this day. That would move me into his second album, Beauty Behind the Madness, which was released in 2015. This album had high hopes, as it got huge momentum with the single The Hills. The narrative of the song is a sinking sexual affair. Abel sets the record straight about what this woman means to him and reminds her that she plays an equally guilty part in this affair. The chorus reflects this idea as it talks about enjoying the moments when one is not in control and not feeling, suggesting a fear of being vulnerable. This feeling is further explored in the bridge as the singer tells the woman to hide your lies, only being able to trust her. One of my favorite parts of the song was in the beginning. The opening music was just the same repeating tone, like hitting a piano, letting go, and then hitting again. It then goes into the lyrics, stopping nearly all of the music and isn't nearly as intense, though the lyrics are very heavy hitting. The second song from this album I liked was Often. This song went on to be in the hit movie 50 Shades of Grey, and it was evident why. It's about engaging in casual, no strings attached relationships. The singer acknowledges that he has to keep his physical relationships separate from his emotional wants and desires, so he opts to keep his relationships until the weekends and use other people to fulfill his pleasure on other days. The Weeknd leaves nothing to the imagination as he sings about his sexual exploits, how he has sex so often that he can't keep count. The lyrics are explicit and descriptive, which can make some people uncomfortable. However, the song is not just about sex. The Weeknd uses sex as a metaphor for living life to the fullest. He's saying that just like he enjoys having sex often, he also enjoys living life to the fullest and experiencing everything it has to offer. Through the song, he encourages his listeners to live to the fullest, embrace their desires, and be unapologetically themselves. This is one of the Weeknd's most nocturnal songs of all time, as it perfectly captures his nihilistic yet haunting lifestyle. This was also released in 2014, the year where his songs were the most sexual and dirtiest. The third song from this record I wanted to talk about was Shameless. This one explores the cynical relationship between the singer and his hookup who lives for pain and the struggles to find happiness. The lyrics show the singer's willingness to be there for her no matter what, even though he knows she will always call him because she is scared to be loved. The lines, "You want me to fix you, but it's never enough," suggest that despite the singer's effort to help her, she will always continue to struggle and depend on him. The repeated refrain of "Who's gonna love you like me" emphasizes the singer's superiority in her eyes and reinforces her dependency on him. I also thought the title Shameless refers to the singer's lack of shame in continuing to enable this unhealthy relationship, possibly indicating his own struggles with being trapped in the cycle as well. The guitar solo that kicks in around the climax of the song is also really cool. It gives the song a unique feeling, though compared to the rest of the record, it doesn't sound like the rest, and I can't really tell if it's a bad thing or not though, to be honest. The acoustic guitar creates a dark, laid-back groove that magnifies the callous disregard of the lyrics. I obviously wouldn't talk about the song if I didn't like it though. I think it was a good track worth noting and is very underappreciated. Moving on to the third album though, we have Starboy, which is arguably the biggest album from the singer. This one came out just over a year after the last and was, in my opinion, worse. I know it blew up and gained massive success, so it was not a bad album, clearly, but I think it was probably the most uninspired out of all the records. The tracks I noted were Starboy, Love to Lay, and Die For You. Starboy opened up the album, and it was great, for sure. It was about embracing the new, improved version of yourself and rising to become a star. The song extols the attitude of someone unafraid of change and willing to take risks to become something bigger than themselves. Every day, the singer faces attempts to put him down to no avail. Despite all odds, he still has time to enjoy the finer things. This is ultimately a motivational song, encouraging others to shake off the past, break through their barriers, and become the stars they were meant to be. This song also had music produced by the electronic duo Daft Punk, so it had their iconic flair and disco elements, which is one of the reasons I think it did do so well. The music was probably my favorite part of this, again, all because of Daft Punk. The lyrics seemed the same as the rest of the album after listening to it fully. Love to Lay was the second song I didn't hate here, and that was because the bridge carried all of its lyrical potential. The delivery was amazing, and throughout the song, his vocal strength was proven. The lyrics describe a pattern of repeatedly falling for this person who only seems to be interested in physical intimacy and not a deeper emotional connection. Specifically with the bridge though, it felt like it was really coming from his heart, like he was to blame for all the mishaps in this relationship. It is a self-deprecating and self-destructive cycle that felt true to life, and I really did like it. The final song I was going to talk about was the iconic Die For You. As the title suggests, it is about an unconditional love and devotion. The narrator expresses his feelings of deep love and commitment to his partner despite any difficulties they may be facing. He's willing to put his own feelings aside to support his partner and make sure they are taken care of. He also expresses his willingness to put his life on the line to do whatever necessary to make sure his partner is safe and loved. It is honestly one of the cheesiest songs The Weeknd has written, and I think for the Starboy title, it is the best. It does complement the other tracks, but it is definitely a standout song. It is clear and concise with no distracting background sounds to add elements. Now, we go into the fourth album, After Hours, released in 2020. This record included the iconic Blinding Lights and is currently the highest streamed song on Spotify with 3.9 billion streams as of December 2023. That song is not what I wanted to talk about though. I actually really don't like that song. The songs I did make note of were Scared to Live, Heartless, and After Hours. The song Scared to Live is a reflective and regretful song about a past relationship. The lyrics suggest that the singer had the chance to let go of their partner when they saw the signs their relationship was deteriorating, but instead chose to hold on to them. The singer acknowledges that they may have held their partner back and prevented them from finding happiness. The actual delivery of the verse and pre-chorus were the best part because I think the lyrics reveal feelings of guilt and remorse. The singer acknowledges their mistakes and the fact that they were the reason their partner forgot to love. The pre-chorus also reveals that the singer had changed and is no longer the person they used to be, and they don't want to continue tainting their ex-partner's heart. I also love how, with the singing in this, it shows The Weeknd's true talent because he's singing like it's a ballad. I think he should do this more often, but not too much, because I think he strives with the remorseful sad guy trope well, so when we do get to the ballads, they hit harder. Next, I wanted to talk about Heartless. It talks about experiencing life with a tough, detached exterior in order to protect yourself from being hurt. The lyrics describe a world of fast-paced luxury, partying, and access to money and fame, implying that the singer has adopted a cold, callous attitude to fit into his lifestyle and shield himself from emotions of love and pain. He also narrates on his internal struggles to find love and be a better person, despite the fact that his heartless exterior does keep people away. I feel like this song itself just embodies how most people see themselves. It is highly relatable to most extents, and it also has one of the most addictive beats to me. It is easy to vibe to, and it's not repetitive. I can also see the appeal of the song with or without the music because lyrically it is also quite strong. The Weeknd continues to boast about his lifestyle, probably as more reasons that made him heartless. Drugs, women, booze, the publicity, and even lying his way to get the girls down for his needs. All of this combined is more than enough to make a decent man turn into a heartless psychopath. The final song is After Hours. The song addresses a failed relationship that ended in heartbreak and serves as an apology letter for his past transgressions as he desires reconciliation. Additionally, the song's dark vibes and altered vocals over hard-hitting production are reminiscent of styles seen on Abel's earlier music such as Trilogy. The track is also thematically similar to songs from that era as he once again details the pain and anguish associated with heartbreak. I think it being a callback song is what really grabbed my attention and made me like it more because I am a fan of his older work compared to this newer stuff. Finally, the last album so far, titled Dawn FM, was released in 2022. My top picks were Gasoline, Is There Someone Else, and Starry Eyes. Starting with Gasoline, I wanted to say I loved the lyrics in this one. It is probably the best lyrics from the last 3 albums total. I don't know what about it was so good, but it was truly an experience listening to this song. The Weeknd described his parasitic relationship with his current lover. Using them as a crutch for his erratic drug problems, Abel begs them not to go, as they are the only thing that he has at this point. He is struggling to cope with his emotions, exhausted by life's constant demands and feeling overwhelmed. He is seeking solace in this lover's arms and expressing his desperate need for assurance and security. I thought the suggestion of gasoline symbolizes the volatile and destructive emotions that come with intense relationships. Despite the sadness of the song, the singer ends on a hopeful note, wishing for peace in the afterlife should he die, which is a good ending to the song in my opinion. I don't think any of the Weeknd songs are completely depressing because they all have that thoughtful spirit to them, which is something I can applaud, though I wish there was more in some songs and less in others. Next, Is There Someone Else is the 10th track on this album. On this song, The Weeknd asks his lover if there is someone else she is involved with other than him. Although he hints that he has not been loyal in past relationships, he claims that he's changed and begs her to be with him forever. The chorus is my top section of the song. It expresses the singer's need for clarity about whether there is someone else in the partner's life or not. He wants to keep their partner close and is afraid of losing their spot, but at the same time, they don't want to be with someone who is hurting someone else or themselves. There is high tension all throughout the song, and I actually didn't like it as much as some of his other tracks that I have mentioned in this video. Most of his work seemed to be strained and high-strung, but this song was different. I still like it nonetheless. It was quite strong in the music category, and it flows into the next song, Starry Eyes, quite smoothly. Starry Eyes can be interpreted as a song about wanting to be there for someone and loving them in spite of their past traumas. The singer expresses that he has dreamed of this person before, and now that they have become a reality, he wants to feel close to them despite their suffering from a shattered soul. The bridge was actually really good in this one too. It reveals the singer's vulnerability as he confesses that he used to be starry-eyed and optimistic, but has now become more cynical. However, he is willing to be kicked to the curb and be hurt again because he sees the potential in this person and wants them to heal. His delivery met well with the lyrics, and it conveyed his emotion really well, something this album was missing for the majority to me. I think from Starboy onward, The Weeknd lost his emotional bond to his music when actually delivering the words, but it peeked through in some songs on this record, which I was very glad to see. A huge portion of this record was a letdown though, I won't lie. It had its moments of clarity, but it seemed like a jumbled mess. Now, before I get into the rankings, I wanted to mention some of the songs that were featuring The Weeknd. I personally think he strives in his shorter verses than his own fully fledged out songs. Some of my favorites were Love Me Harder with Ariana Grande, Off the Table again with Grande, and You Right with Doja Cat. With Love Me Harder, it seemed as though he was speaking from his heart right then and there, and it felt real, unlike a majority of his newer music. This song was also released in 2014, so it was during that period of sensuality, so you know it was good. Off the Table was more caring and seemed like he was genuine with his words again. The music on Ariana's Positions record also just coupled well with the duo, so it helped a lot with compatibility. Finally, with You Right by Doja, you can tell he cared a lot about this verse and worked on it for a while. The lyrics were well thought out and went with the tone of the music and kept in line with Doja's lustful attitude in the song. If you like either Ariana Grande or Doja Cat though, you can see me talk about them in depth in either of the videos that I have uploaded. Now, if I were to pick one song from each album as a favorite, I would say in order of the albums, it's Love in the Sky, The Hills, Die For You, Heartless, and Starry Eyes. Now, we can go in and rank these albums. This will be on a best to worst scale and take music composition, lyrics, and vocal capability into account. Starting with number 1 being Beauty Behind the Madness. Number 2 is Kissland. Number 3 is After Hours. Number 4 is Starboy. And number 5 is Dawn FM. I see The Weeknd as an enigma, to be honest with you. I understand his popularity because he is insanely talented, and I can see that. But I personally don't see the extent of it. Having the amount of monthly listeners he has on Spotify is like crazy. I am not too much of a fan of his music, and I think that's okay, but listening to his music again was fun, I must say. His older work, I think, was of higher quality when it comes to lyrics and his vocals, but again, I think that's just personal preference. I don't like the mixture of R&B and disco as much as I thought I would, but the appeal is there, obviously, and I think he deserves a lot of his success. He worked hard for it. And that, I think, is where I will be leaving this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. Comment down below for who I should cover next, and until next time, bye guys.